Each time you come by, you give me strength. This time I'll fix my case, and this time I won't be the same. This time I won't be ashamed, so this time I can't help but say that I'm starting over in a brand new way. It's a brand new day now.
The bank-operated cableway is a simple system utilizing the cableway structure to allow a single person to get a high-flow measurement. This video is designed to acquaint you with the setup and operation of the bank-operated cableway system. There are a few items in the gauge house you'll need to be familiar with: the tool bucket, the motor, switch, and power cord, the cable and counterweights, and the ground fault protected outlet. First off, grab the suspension cable and counterweights and the tool bucket. In the tool bucket is a section of rope for blocking the door open. This is done so that the door won't swing shut on the power cord and damage it. Continue to the cableway platform. We'll start out by setting up the umbrella. We'll do this in all weather conditions, sunny or rainy. When it's sunny and hot, the umbrella will keep the motor from overheating. And obviously when it's raining, we don't want the motor to get wet. So we'll protect it with the umbrella. Now it's okay to detach the safety chain. You can use this carabiner for the next step, which is to attach the suspension cable and the counterweights. Fill the counterweight jugs with water from the river first. On really high flow events, you may need both counterweights. Now retrieve the motor, switch, and power cord. It's very important when holding onto the motor that you do so while holding onto the cord so that no weight is pulling down on the wires coming out of the back of the motor. All handling of the motor should be done in a way that protects the wiring of the motor. Set the motor up on the base. Make sure the flat spot on the motor drive shaft lines up with the set screw. To adjust the set screw position, move the cable in or out until it lines up with the flat spot on the motor drive shaft. When they line up, push the motor into the pulley drive shaft. You may need to wiggle it a little. Push it until the bolt holes line up. Now hang the weight of the power cord from the hook on the motor base plate. Attach all 4 bolts and wing nuts. Hand tighten only. Use the Allen wrench to tighten the set screw. The side edge of the platform is sharp. Thread the power cord over the end of the platform to protect it. You're ready to open the gate and mount the switch. If it's raining, cover the switch with a bag from the tool bucket. Lay the power cord back into the gauge house to the outlet, being careful to avoid sharp objects or any pinch points. Plug the power cord into the GFI outlet. The only one in the gauge house is on the wall by the shelves. While returning to the cableway, double check the cord for any pinch points or sharp edges that may damage it. At the switch, test operation by turning the lever to the right, marked out. The traveling block should move out from the motor. To reverse direction, you must bring the lever to center to stop motion before moving to the back position. Move the switch to the out position. The traveling block will move out towards the river's edge. If tall vegetation is at river's edge, you may need to advance the traveling block out over the water. This will allow the cable to clear the vegetation. Then bring the traveling block back towards the edge so that the cable hangs right at the edge of the river. Now attach the Stream Pro and establish communications. Now move the lever to the out position. The traveling block should travel at a speed of about 1 foot per second. Take a few practice runs to get a feel for the operation of the cableway and where to stop so that you can avoid eddies at river's edge. When you have sufficient transects for your discharge measurement, bring the traveling block and the Stream Pro back to the river's edge. Remove the Stream Pro. Move the switch lever to the back position. The traveling block will return back to the motor. Be aware of the suspension cable, that it doesn't get hooked on any rocks and bind up the motor. Bring the traveling block back to the platform, stopping before the end of the cable reaches the pulley. Remove the counterweights and suspension cable. Removal of the system is basically the reverse of the setup. Loosen the motor set screw. Remove the bolts. Grab that cord, pull that motor out. If it's tight, you may need a screwdriver. Place it in between the motor and the pulley drive shaft and pry it. Take down the umbrella. Tighten up the set screw so it doesn't come out of that pulley drive shaft. Grab your tools, connect the safety chain, remove the switch, and return all items to the gauge house. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful in your operation of the bank-operated Cableway.
You're locking me up. I got bound by a cold lady. She's locking me up. I am down in a hole, baby. I'm about to give up.